Chubstep.
Creating the oil of judgment.
Steed.
Chub. Step.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
I hear you're a river guide.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Class 4, 5?
Uh-huh.
Which is it?
Why don't you try putting those numbers together? That's right. I've shot a class 45, and I've never lost a man.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show started.
And welcome back. Another week. Was I gone last week? No, I don't think so.
No, we just did a little longer because you were gone.
I was in Arizona. Cashing checks.
And you're wearing your Cardinals glasses right now.
Yeah, I know. I didn't see the stadium, but I was right next to the other stadiums. And, I realized homeless guys, they're not just a Portland thing.
Everywhere.
People apparently love to do meth just all around the country.
But they seem to like Portland the most.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Okay.
That's my, big takeaway. I actually had a homeless man encounter today. This was like 2 hours ago. I was driving my car back and I see a homeless guy like tuck into my building's like front doorway.
Yeah.
Like he just went in there, and that's like, people use that every 10 minutes. It's a big building. They're walking in and out. So I park my car, go back out, and he's like still in there. So I just go up, and I was going to open the door and ask him to move. And I go up, just look at him, and he looks back at me, and he's like freaks out, starts calling me a scumbag, and then he walks away. And we have like glass, like big glass windows. So I like walk all the way from the front door to the elevator, and he like followed me through the glass windows, still just like yelling shit at me and like doing some gestures, some obscene gestures. And I'm like, I'm a scumbag.
How do you know he didn't live in the building?
I mean, he could have. Okay. Like somebody came in the building with there's like a Japanese maid dress on.
Okay.
And they were a white one. But they, you know what? They came right in. They had their key card. This guy was not. I was protecting the residents of my building.
What do you think this thing was? Was this like cosplay? Was this cultural appropriation? Was this just?
I don't know, but I was flustered. And like she walked in the door and I was walking out the door, and she like kind of held it for me, and I was like flustered. I'm like, whoa, like I'm honored. And so I was like, thank you. And then she said, sorry for not holding the door even more. And I was like, no, I'm sorry that I have a.
Okay. Yeah, do you apologize about that?
Yeah. And she accepted. We both bowed and went on our ways. But like that's why I gotta protect our door there. Okay. I don't know what's gonna happen to Japanese cosplay princess when this guy's milling about.
Yeah, that's true. It is even scarier, like we look at it like, males were looking for the perspective, like this is just annoying and like this is but like
this guy might try and stab me, but I'm pretty quick.
A girl in a Japanese maid outfit is gonna be like, this is actually scary. Like I don't want this weird guy to be in the room. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I did go straight upstairs and start cleaning my gun.
Oh, good. Good. That you keep in your, is that the one you keep in your
in the crab pot.
Crawfish pot? Or your
in the crab pot.
The crab pot. Okay, so I was getting to the wrong sort of crustacean.
Yeah.
So Steed, this is what happens. People ask me all the time, how does Steed like Vancouver? Washington, and I'm like, I think he would like it a lot more if there weren't so many homeless people.
It'd be a paradise.
I think he likes all the things except for the people there.
Yeah. Get out of your Prius, ride a bike or something. Get off the road.
Yeah. I don't know what's worse. Is it the slow driving Prius, or is it the guy in the big truck that is riding, even though I'm going 10 miles an hour the speed limit, just riding up behind me?
Yeah, it's a
You
good
get
point.
both sides of the spectrum.
I mean, I hate the Prius more because they're
Yeah.
stopping me. They're
Yes.
impeding me. I'm impeding
Sure.
the truck, so I actually feel empowered. Like I
Okay.
feel, you know,
Oh, you're
he's
empowered because you have control over it because you're
I have
slowing it
control. He's
down.
doing
I
what I
like
want to
that.
do. He's going where I want to go.
Yeah. Good. I
I
like
want to
that.
slow down, go 20 under. Guess what? He's going 20.
Yeah. God, there's so many things I want to do when somebody's driving, but then I just randomly see a video of like, oh, road rage. This guy pulled out a bat and just beat this guy. And I'm like, you know what? Not worth it.
Yeah, I'll just chill out.
I'll just chill out. But there's a lot of times, yeah, you'd like to like do something just to annoy people.
Sarate.
But it's nice. It's so cozy. This is like the cozy capital of the world.
Okay.
Get a little fireplace going. I don't have one, but I'll
Yeah, I
build
was gonna
one.
say, do you have a fireplace?
I could build one on my
Get one of
balcony.
those smokeless ones. Those smokeless ones that
I
everybody
have
has
used
outdoor.
those, and they're
Yeah,
freaking wonderful.
you could do it inside the house. How
Yeah,
you got tall
no,
ceilings, right? Or is that
because
your
the
old place?
electric. Oh, I mean, we're like these are probably 10 foot,
Standard, pretty
but
standard.
I'm used to the 12,
Yeah,
and it makes a big difference those last 2 feet.
yeah. Well, especially if you're lighting a fire inside your house, not in a
And
fireplace.
that's a good point. Well, I do have a vent that goes outside.
Okay, well, give it a shot.
Well,
Let
it
us know,
goes
film
somewhere.
it, put it on Chubstep Instagram. We got to post more stuff on there, Steve.
Okay, so you want me to post me committing a felony?
Yes, it's not a felony if you do it correctly.
That's fair.
Okay. All right.
Good.
I want to get to the main topic here. Well, we can, I don't know. We can. It doesn't really. It's Chubstep. We can do whatever we want here. We're talking about
Okay.
bachelor parties. People know this. They've seen the title of the thing.
Yes.
I don't know what made me. Well, recently I've been planning one for Face, Chubstep Face, our
Oh yeah,
lawyer.
I got to save the date.
Lawyer.
I'm so honored.
And I have been planning this thing out, and then I was like, hey, I've been on a lot of bachelor parties. I got some opinions on them and things like that. But what's more around it than just kind of like the bachelor parties that we know now, like what are around the world, what the history, all this kind of stuff. So I figured there might be some interesting stuff. I did the math, and my quick math, I've been to 16 bachelor parties.
That's obscene.
Yeah,
it's too many.
Okay, well, here's, I guess, just in general, some of my thoughts on bachelor parties, what works, what doesn't work. I don't think there's a right or wrong place to do one. I think it really just depends on what the groom wants. I think sometimes they will cater too much to other people and be like, oh, well, what other people want to do this. If it's your bachelor party, you get to do what you want to do it for it. So just do whatever you want to do. I think you have to be conscious of other people's budget to a certain extent. I think there's times where I've been on one or heard of ones where it's like, it gets crazy with the cost of like, hey, we're gonna do this thing, and it's just this morning it's gonna be $400. We had Molly on the show,
Oh
Chubstep
yeah.
Molly, who talked about this
Oh, the
bachelorette
Kiki on the
party.
river.
Kiki on the river. Let's see if I can find what episode this is. Sorry. This one was sorry. She told this story. This was 4:30, episode 4:30. Kiki on the Chubstep featuring Molly is what it's called. She talked about this bachelor party where they went to dinner and it was insane how much they ended up having to pay just for like this one dinner. So people listen to that, but we're not talking about bachelor parties. We're talking about bachelor parties. So
yeah,
there's not a wrong place or wrong way to do it, but I think the only wrong way to do it when I'm saying like doing things is not planning. And I have been on some that were very poorly planned. I have been on some that are like, very well planned. You can, I'm sure there's a level of over planning you can do where it's like, all right, we do this and we got to get to this, that, depending on the size, it can be difficult. But I heard of one, this is one I did not go on, where, even the place they got was like 4 or 5 beds short. So there was guys sleeping in like a bathtub.
Oh yeah,
There was
that's comfortable.
stuff like this. They wanted to go to do something, and they're like planning, do all this time. They take like 15 minutes to get in the car. Everybody gets in the car, starts driving, and realizes it's a shorter distance to walk than it was to drive.
Nice.
Yeah, they could have just walked there in about 5 minutes, and it took about 15 minutes just to get everybody in the car and then drive like 3 or 4 minutes. Things like that.
Yeah.
Planning like how you're going to get to and back from things, right? If you're going somewhere, how do you get back from that thing? Planning all that kind of stuff ahead. If you're going to a dinner, can it hold 12 people? Like you have to set a reservation.
You need a reservation.
Yeah, reservations, pretty basic stuff. Have a few basic activities, but also leave time for people to do the thing. It's pretty standard stuff, which you would think would be simple, but I've definitely seen it and heard stories where even just the basic stuff is not thought about. And if you're telling people to spend money on a flight or to drive somewhere and spend a weekend with you got to have at least some of the basics covered, I would say.
Yeah, like when we go on Chub Club trips.
Yeah,
I get there last, and then you guys have already claimed all the beds, and then I have to like sleep just on the floor.
Yeah,
and I don't like that.
Yeah, that's bad.
You guys just ignore my pleas too. I want a fair system.
Sure. So whenever when you and the Japanese maid girl, whenever you two get married and you want to have your bachelor party in, I don't know.
Okay, it's gonna be secluded.
In
do you want to
Tokyo
hear
or
my
something.
dream
Then
do you want to hear about how my bachelor party is gonna go?
okay, yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so it's gonna be in a secluded area.
Okay.
Because what we're doing, we can't be seen. So
Sure.
No cell service. Everybody's gonna have to check their phones at the door. Okay. So let's say
And their attitudes.
and their attitudes aren't gonna be a problem.
Okay.
They're gonna be having a great time. So I'm gonna get a secluded cabin, maybe comfortable, and the real estate's gonna be cheap, so it's gonna be a big cabin. And we're gonna have ATVs or something that we're just gonna be able to wheelie around and shoot guns off into the woods, because this is what's really fun.
Yep.
And then you're like, well, what about the nightlife? Where are we gonna go for that? Well, we're not going anywhere for that. We're bringing it to us.
Okay.
I'm gonna hire 2 for every guy, and everybody has to engage. That way, nobody can tell nobody can tell on anybody. Everybody has dirt on everybody.
Yeah.
And that's basically it,
Okay.
riding ATVs around, shooting guns into the woods.
Okay.
Does that
Yeah.
sound fun?
It's interesting. There would be people there that would be very uncomfortable, but this is where it's that's something you want to do, then you'd get to do it because and they can't say anything. If they're your good friends, they cannot say anything about it.
I mean, just the implication that you went on the trip, so you have to keep your mouth shut and only talk about the ATVs and the gun shooting.
I do like this concept that you put everybody you're at a party with in such a bad position that they're like, hey, I can't say anything because I'm implicated in it also.
Yeah, my cell phone was locked away, so I couldn't even call for a ride out of it.
Yeah.
You're stuck there.
Yeah. The other option is you just go to a place that doesn't have cell service. My brother went on this.
Then they can take pictures and such.
Oh, you're right. Good point. You don't want any evidence or anything like that. Okay, yeah, Steve, I like that. Get everybody in enough trouble where nobody's going to say anything. You would hope that people don't. And actually, we're going to get in a little bit, actually, part of my story here as we build into this. It'll talk about somebody kind of ratting out their friends.
Cool.
So.
Because of the implication.
Okay. Do you have the history of Bachelor Parties?
I've got a little history. Do you have a little history also?
No, I don't have any.
Okay, I do have a little bit.
Blood alone moves the wheels of history!
Have you ever asked yourselves in an hour of meditation, which everyone finds during the day, how long we have been striving for greatness?
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
America is the richest, most powerful nation on earth. If America was a woman, America would be a big titty woman. And everybody loves a big titty woman.
In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others from around the world. And you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chubistory.
Please clap.
I bet it started in Europe in the medieval times with castles.
They said the first signs of it they ever saw were in ancient Sparta. So, but it was just like a friends gathering, like a feast, type of thing. Like, cheers to the boys.
Okay.
he's about to get married type of thing. Wasn't a ton of detail on it, just more that there is evidence that it was going on as far as the 5th century BC.
Oh,
okay. Then, then you're like 1800s, it's evolving, things like that. 1800s is kind of fancy. I'll show you a little pic here for those on the YouTube channel. This is a British stag do, which is the term that the Brits use instead of a bachelor party. A stag do.
Oh, wow, those guys are classy.
Kind of matching. I kind of like this look. It's matching outfits, all white, which is usually a bachelorette thing. Guys never do the all white, but I think you got to start pulling this up.
No, I think with the turtlenecks too.
Kind of a white turtleneck, little, I'm not sure what type of hat this is, a little too
It's
grainy
like a
to
cooler
tell.
fedora.
Yeah. And then just the boys out,
You're
boating
gonna row a
around,
boat.
rowing a boat.
Row a boat.
So, like, kind of classy. They said they would have like oysters, right? I mean, oysters are classy.
They are classy.
So things like that. They talked about how like, it'd be fancy, casual, not a lot of like craziness, right? That was stayed until December 19th, 1896. And
That's
I'm
when
talking
it all
about this famous story, this shocked the nation, or at least those local to the New York area.
Oh no.
So 1896, Herbert Barnum Seeley. So this is the grandson of P.T. Barnum. He decided, hey, I'm going to throw a big bachelor party for my bro. So he rented out this place called Sherry's. Sherry! It's a restaurant in New York City.
Okay.
Kind of like an old fancy guy's place, right? This is kind of first class type of place. Okay.
Yeah.
Gold trim ceilings. Everything's in French.
Oh yeah.
Chandeliers. Dave, picture this, right?
Beautiful.
So here's who's at this party. Everybody who's anybody as far as
Carnegie Mellon.
Sure, yes. So a lot of like high society people, and this guy's like, hey, I'm gonna do a little surprise for my bro. I'm gonna hire the infamous belly dancer, Little Egypt.
Whoa.
Little Egypt. I'm gonna show you Little Egypt here, Steve.
Like Lil Wayne.
Could not be further from Little Wayne. Now Little Egypt looks completely different in every picture here. So
that's cultural appropriation.
Yeah, Little Egypt is. She looks Indian.
Whoa,
pictures, but I cannot tell. Yeah, I know some of these pictures she looks much different than other ones. Let's assume this is the right one. Yeah. So this is a belly dancer. I'm gonna say overly good looking.
Yeah, for the 1800s.
Yeah, maybe 1800s good looking. Hard to know. Hard to.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea, but either way. Someone was a rat, Stayed. This party's getting thrown. No. Somebody's a rat. Tips off the cops.
What?
Yes.
That a belly dancer's coming?
Yes. There's a
Is
captain.
That illegal?
Not illegal. If you're one of my friends, it's illegal. So basically, this police captain comes in. Policeman Chapman. They call him Whiskers Chapman. Probably assuming he had a big mustache. I'm assuming that's where that came from. So that somebody tipped him off and said, hey, this bachelor party is going to get a little too crazy tonight, right?
Oh, no.
He busts into Sherry's, barges into not where the bachelor party is going on, but actually the dressing room where these dancers are actually getting ready. So then that is like this whole controversial thing because these guys are like, then the girls are pissed off and they're like, all these guys just broke into us changing. And it was, a bunch of cops and all the guys are like, what happened here? Actually, Little Egypt, who was the main event, she had actually been hiding in a closet during the raid.
Okay.
And then later she came out. Yes, but later she actually did her routine, which was called the Coochie Coochie routine after the cops left. Where I believe, from my understanding, a couple different readings is that she came out out of like a whipped cream pie type of thing.
Okay.
So then the guy who is throwing this bachelor party, Herbert Seeley, he got a little spooked because when the police broke it up, he went ahead and just said everything that was going to happen that night. So like basically ratted on the party that
ratted on himself.
ratted on the party himself, like kind of felt bad that he was doing this sort of thing at a time where this was pretty frowned upon.
Oh my God.
So anyway, this goes to court because this was, as the time for like, obscenity and stuff like that. And then they ended up bringing in like people that were at the party, showgirls, waiters, cops, everybody's going in testifying. And they're trying to avoid, trying to say like proper words and all this kind of stuff. And then, it was a big like scandal that was going on for weeks. So ended up not really much ended up happening except for it just became a public thing to like this is what the type of bachelor parties that the elite are throwing for each other.
Oh,
And
so we're trying to mimic the elite.
Yes. So after this time, kind of Little Egypt became a big name. The guy ended up getting married. Everything was fine. His brother did not do so well. But basically, this kind of set the standard of this kind of little more risque of a bachelor party.
Wow.
And even though this, who knows what. Anyway, it became a whole, spectacle. And then people are like, yeah, I guess that's the way the rich people do it. Let's try doing it that way.
Yeah, I have Little Egypt out there.
Yeah, exactly. So this happened. So then, but even as times went on, because that was late 1800s, and even as times went on, that was kind of known to be a thing at that point. But in reality, a lot of them were pretty standard. They do like a lot of times the night before, and they, maybe the guys would go out, and they would do something maybe a little risque or something like that. But it'd be kind of be a night before.
Yeah,
and then
I do like the idea of bachelor parties being right before the.
Yeah, it's a little risky in the fact that if something happens, or you're wasted or whatever, you're drinking a lot.
Yeah,
and
you're
then
obviously going to be wasted.
Yeah, and then you got the next morning, you're like, hey, I gotta do pictures in the morning. You're looking terrible. One of the friends
I'd be like,
is
fuck that. I'm not going to take a
up.
picture.
Yeah. So so basically like 60s and 70s kind of changed a lot. That's, even become a lot more risque at that point. And then it really was like late or like late 1990s, late 1900s that it became more of like a trip that they were doing like a couple of weeks before, months before, and it became more sometimes destination things or stuff like that. And yeah, kind of a boys trip type of thing over time. And again, not, the vast majority of ones have been on, not that risque by any means, but it's just more that that's kind of the notion behind it. And a lot of that started from this kind of this public spectacle, if you will, in the late 1800s. So,
wow. Okay. Well, good for them. Good for the pioneers.
Yes.
getting us out there.
I just wish I would have found somebody else but Little Egypt. I'm just not a big Little Egypt guy.
I know, like I would be a big Egypt guy if it was some like thick ass Egyptian chick, belly dancing or something. Like, yeah, arrest me for that, but not Little Egypt.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on. Anyways, okay, that's great history. Now, during my research, I found what women think we should be doing for our bachelor parties.
Okay,
good. I found this list on brides.com.
Good. That's
it's alternative ways for you can have your fiance freaking do a bachelor party without having to worry about them out there. So here's some of the things that they think we could do. You could just head to a trivia night. Trivia is fun for your bachelor party, right?
Yeah.
Not just a random Tuesday night in Oregon.
If you're a big trivia guy, yeah, sure.
I mean, trivia is fun, but I will not do that ever on a bachelor party unless you're like a biggest nerd on earth. You could play some pickleball.
Yeah, I know you hate pickleball.
I absolutely hate pickleball. I cannot imagine. Hey guys, we're gonna wake up early. We're gonna go slap some soft balls around the court and pretend like we're athletes.
I don't hate pickleball like you. That one doesn't bother me as much, but keep going.
Okay, you could head to an arcade. No strippers at an arcade. You just go play some video games. Not a drinking arcade. This is a straight up normal arcade.
Oh, good, not a beercade. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You could go find a pool table. Pool's fun. That's a fun idea for guys. That's what guys like. what you never thought about this? Going to an axe throwing bar next to pickleball, maybe the worst thing you can do.
Okay.
If you want to throw an axe, just get an axe and go into the woods. Okay? They don't even give you real axes. There needs to be danger in these activities that you're doing. Invite everyone to a barbecue. I don't know. Guys like barbecues. Why don't you invite everybody to a barbecue?
Yeah.
Basically, women do have no fucking clue what guys enjoy.
Yeah.
I mean, they say, like, go camping. This one's ridiculous. Conduct a cooking class.
That's actually pretty insane.
Not take a cooking class. They want the groom to conduct a cooking class.
Yeah, it's fair. So, and to me, it's like, again, I'm fine with whatever you want to do. Again, like a one day thing doesn't really matter. And it could be, just, it doesn't have to be crazy. I've even seen videos of like guys like they just want to do a LAN party for their bachelor party. And that seems fun to me.
I would do that.
Like playing
that's a guy
games in a bunch of room. But yes, that is something that like the girl's not going to think, hey, do a LAN party. I don't think they're going to think of that.
There's a big difference between that and arranging a movie night, which is one of the things here. These
are not
arranging a movie night.
These are not ones. I mean, it would be, again, if somebody asked me to do this, I would go ahead and do it, of course. And if that's what you want to do, go do it. But it would be very
I'd
odd.
reevaluate my friendship.
I would be thinking differently. It would be very interesting if they're like, hey, we're just doing a movie night. And I'm like,
yes.
Okay, well, I mean, we could do that anytime.
Well, all right, let me give you the worst one on here, and it is host a talent show.
God, I hate that. This is like a reality dating thing, Steve. This is what this is. This is like somebody watching a reality show, like Love Island or something, and then like basing what their bachelor party should be based on that. The activities that they're planned for during that.
There's 2 women authors of this article.
Yeah.
Jeez. I mean, they should both be put in jail.
Yeah.
For being so out of touch.
Agreed.
He's going to tell you to do a talent show. Nobody's going to show up. That's what I wouldn't go to.
I would hate, a talent show. I would hate doing it because it's like, what? Okay, yeah, it would be. We go a whole separate thing about talent shows. It's very difficult to have like a talent that you could perform in front of people for most people, unless you're a singer or a dancer or especially your friends. Like the last thing I would do is see. I mean, now that I'm picturing you trying to do a talent in front of me, this does sound funny.
Okay, but that's like something that guys would do as like a way to pick their fantasy football draft.
Yeah, you're right. It's a punishment. It's a punishment.
It's not like a fun
thing to do. Yes, you're right. You're right.
It's very different. Very different environment.
Right.
It's not like, hey guys, let's get freaking wild.
No, you're right. You're right.
Who can sing Share the Best?
Yes, agreed. So, okay, I'm going to go through a few different ways that they celebrate throughout the world. A couple little things here.
Okay.
Quite a few of these, like in different places, like a lot of kidnapping the bride or kidnapping the groom and the bride.
I like those.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's also kind of scary. We had talked about a second of Chubstep Face, our lawyer, and he's talking about what if somebody, if they're doing their bachelor party in like the Smoky Mountains, what if somebody dresses up as a bear to scare everybody? And then I'm like, or what if somebody just like grabs a gun and shoots the person dressed as a bear?
Yeah, I mean, I've already established that.
I'm just saying, like kidnapping the bride. For all you know, the bride keeps like mace in her.
You can deal with mace. Mace isn't that bad.
Or a the gun in her purse.
Well, you got to have somebody. You got to have one of her friends in on it who's like, "Hey, can I look in your purse for my lipstick?"
Yes,
or something.
Or taking Krav Maga. I'm just saying, Steve. There's a risk.
Krav Maga.
There's a danger. There's a danger aspect of kidnapping somebody because they could go, fight mode and just go crazy. That part's a risk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's part of the thrill, though, for some people.
It is part of the
thrill. So, like Sweden, so the kidnapping thing that's been going on forever, and I'm sure it used to be more aggressive than it is now. And even that, it's risky. I like the concept. I'd rather somebody else do it and me hear the story of what happened than me have to get involved in it myself. Or maybe I'm driving the getaway car. Somebody else grabs a bride. I drive off. I got it pretty good. I feel like I could be pretty good.
Okay. Maybe I'll plan a kidnapping.
Yeah. There's something in Scotland called the blackening, which is really, it's less of a bachelor party and just kind of a more pre-wedding thing, but they kidnap the bride and another kidnapped bride and groom, and then they just put them in like milk and flour and eggs and soot. They just cover them in gross stuff and then tour them around the town.
Oh, that's fun.
Then they come back to like a party. That was kind of crazy. The thing in South Africa, all the bachelor parties are surprises, or they're supposed to be surprises. So they do not, the groom doesn't know, like the groom will, like so everybody else will plan it out completely. And then the groom
he
just
thinks
shows
he's just
up.
going to pick up a pack of milk
It
or
could
something.
be. Yeah, exactly. He's picking up, and then they usually have the whole family involved, but it's a big like feast and all this kind of stuff. And then, but I like the kind of surprise notion of it. Somebody else doing it completely, and you have no idea. You're just showing up.
I'd be on edge. Also, I don't know if I'm like ready for that. If I'm just expecting to go home and I don't know, I'm tired after the day, and then they're like, "Hey, you got to be up for 15 hours."
Yes,
and get hammered, and you don't even have your favorite socks on.
Yes,
you don't have your Darth Vader socks. So that freaked me out.
There's parts of Canada and Manitoba where they do the bachelor and bachelorette party together, stag and doe party, and this is which I usually call the hen do, so maybe it's stag and do. Anyway, they just kind of get a big party together, but then the public's all invited. So you're like, hey, this random, this is the couple getting married, buy them drinks and that kind of stuff. That one I'm not as into. It's like, it's like whatever.
Why do I want the public there?
Yeah. So that's Canada, who's who knows.
Canada sucks.
I just kissed for the first time, and I could sense something was wrong, and so he pulled away. I asked him if he was okay, and he said that he felt dead inside. And then he went to the bathroom, and I asked him if he's okay again, and he said that he just felt repulsed.
What else you got from me, bachelor party wise?
Okay, I got some. This didn't go so well stories.
But yes, this is what I like.
So these, I haven't verified any of these, but this is on, it's like NBC or something. It's on NBC.
Yeah.
So they posted some bad bachelor party happenings. Okay. So first one I found, some guys, went out and got drunk the night before the wedding for their bachelor party.
Yeah.
Then they thought it would be funny he was like wasted and passed out. So they put him on a train.
Okay. Wait, the groom?
The groom. They put the groom on
a train. I love this.
The groom was on a 10-hour train to somewhere in Australia, and he woke up the next morning 10 hours away from his wedding. So the wedding did not go on. And apparently, shockingly, they're not friends anymore. Guys who put him on the train made him miss his wedding. But I guess they did get married in the end.
Okay.
So good for them.
Yeah.
This one,
that one I love. Yeah.
Just hey, fuck you, man. I mean, maybe they thought it was like, they're from the city and they're like, oh, train, he'll be like 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
And it was like a 10-hour cross country train. Whoops. The next one, I'm gonna greatly shorten this, but essentially the groom got really drunk and ended up having sex with his best man.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So that's a tough pill to swallow for a bride.
Okay, so this was not like a gay wedding. This was
this was not a gay wedding.
He was drunk. What do you got to do?
He was drunk. I mean, big deal.
Big deal.
Big deal. I slept in the bed with a couple guys before their wedding.
That's true.
Like 4 guys.
There you go.
But we never banged.
That's good.
We never
banged. You clarified that. That's good. You clarified that.
I just wanted to let the brides know.
So obviously somebody told the this became a public enough story that people found out about this.
Yes, I'm assuming they were caught red-handed.
Yeah.
And then, the news probably spread pretty quickly. That would be crazy if you were
I was
go
just
to a
thinking about
wedding.
this. Yes. Well,
And
I don't think that wedding's probably still going on after that.
No. Well, yeah, you go to a wedding and like, why aren't they doing this? I flew in from Tallahassee. Yeah. And they're like, oh. Yeah, he banged John. Dave and John were caught banging last night. Like, what the hell?
That would be a good twist.
Yeah, it's a really good twist.
Now here's the twist, and there is a twist. We show it. We show all of it.
This is from one in Finland. Apparently, they got wasted in Helsinki, Finland. They're in downtown. They were going out to some bars or something. His groomsmen were pushing him around in a wheelbarrow full of popcorn.
Okay, I like this.
He's butt naked inside of this wheelbarrow full of popcorn. And everyone that asked him for a bag of popcorn, he just pulls his dick out of the popcorn.
So he's doing like public indecency.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you let them reach in for the popcorn.
Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, he was apparently
completely nude underneath, in a wheelbarrow full of popcorn, and then would.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean it's a choice. It's a risky choice because you get caught with that, and then you're.
Yeah.
People get pretty upset about that, and
people,
I would not eat that popcorn. I'm going to be very honest with you. I would not eat the popcorn.
I would taste it. I'd have a piece, depending on how much butter.
Okay, right.
I need butter on my popcorn.
Yeah, you gotta have the good butter. Yeah.
Okay, the next one is the classic story: Bachelor Party in Vegas. Apparently, the groom, nobody knew, but the groom had a gambling problem.
Good, thank God.
So he gets wasted. They're playing, gambling, whatever. And eventually, the groom's like, I gotta go get a drink. And they're like, okay. And hours go by. They're like, where'd this guy go? They find him on the bathroom floor, crying in his hotel room. He'd apparently lost $10,000 playing blackjack for just a few hours.
Oh my God.
3 more days of the trip. He lost all the money day one. And this was his life savings, and he's just like, oh fuck, my fiance is gonna not marry me because he lost all of their money gambling in Las Vegas.
You should have lent him some more money so he could win it back.
I know, that's the thing. Never have a limit when you're gambling.
So, yeah, as we talked about in our gambling episode.
Yeah, you can always win it back.
Yes,
and you can always keep doubling down, and eventually you'll win it back.
Raul, if you got another story here, just remind me the one only major thing, like negative, injury type of thing that's happened was in one in Scottsdale, and we were all riding the scooters, the little lime scooters. Somebody hit a curb.
Yeah.
Fell off. The whole leg was just road rash, just all down his leg.
Yeah, they'll get you.
Yeah,
Chubstep Banks actually just crashed a scooter and he landed on his hip, and like a dinner plate gash on his hip. I am begging to get smashed on one of those because those are my favorite thing in the world.
Yes.
I love the scooters. I drove one through Los Angeles through a military checkpoint 3 times.
Okay.
I'm one of them.
Did you salute them?
No. They're like Air Force guys.
Okay.
I was like, what are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a sad thing. Party bus going down the highway. Guy, it has some roof hatch so they can, stick their heads out. Guy sticks his heads out. There happened to be a low passing bridge going by. Essentially decapitated.
Oh my God.
The man dies. The bachelor party. So this is more of a precaution.
Yeah.
Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that would just ruin.
You think that would ruin you think so?
Like, what do you if that sort of thing happens, you're like, I don't know if you're calling off the wedding, but you're like,
wedding's going on. We're keeping the wedding going.
Yeah.
I mean, there's too much spent on like catering and stuff.
Yeah, no, I hear it. It's just like, God, that would be a terrible situation. Be like,
yeah, my wedding will be, it's going to be a budget wedding discount. It's going to be probably In-N-Out, just a bunch of In-N-Out because it's delicious. And
those fries don't last very long though.
Okay, well, I'll figure it out.
They don't travel well.
I'll figure it out, Jared. Okay, but I'm not spending any money on flowers. If you want flowers at my wedding, go pick them. That's what I'm gonna say. Or grow them. Better yet,
I grow them and bring them.
Yeah, I grew a pepper plant on my balcony this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
it yielded like 14 peppers.
Wedding, come on.
It's still growing peppers.
Yeah.
I haven't watered it in 2 weeks because I was hoping it would die.
Yeah.
And it started raining out, and now I can't kill the thing.
Yes.
So I can easily grow a bouquet of flowers out there.
Exactly. Okay, I like that. We'll see what your the Japanese maid wife says, but we'll see from there.
She'll be into it.
Just my final remark is like, it can be wherever. It can be where you live. It can be somewhere else. It can be whatever. But just plan it out. Plan it out somewhat.
Yeah, have a basic itinerary.
Has a basic itinerary.
You could always bail on it.
You can always change it, be able to pivot. We had a pivot, like I'll say in one of mine. We went to this dinner that was a big bummer. It was maybe one of the worst dinner experiences I ever had. Oof. And originally we were like about to just kind of go back to our place, and we're like, you know what? We need a change of environment. We're going to go to a casino right after. So we went to the casino. Yeah. Now a few people still had to go back right after because they had like an early flight. But I will say the people that went to the casino after had a much better time on the trip than the people that like just went back after because they left with this kind of terrible dining experience that ended the trip. It was literally maybe the worst dining experience of my life. Just like terrible service, terrible, like food wasn't good. It's just like this. We were in there for like 2.5 hours, like just sitting waiting for food and all this. It's just like a bad way to like end something. So, be able to pivot and shift, and casinos always win.
Yeah, always go to the casino.
Yeah, always works.
Okay, well, that's it. We're done.
I don't know. That's it.
We're done.
I mean, here's the deal. There's a lot of stories. It's like, yeah, you could send in a story, but it's got to be appropriate for the pod. It's got to be something you're okay sharing. So if you got something like that, chubstep.podcast@gmail.com, something you'd like to share.
Yeah. Send it in. Email us.
Or if you'd like to remain completely anonymous, I will not read the name of whoever you're sending. If you got a good story. So Chubstep.
Yeah, but I'm going to ask Jared the name. And he might.
You ask me the name, and I might tell him after. I might not, though. I might tell him a wrong name, so he thinks it's somebody else.
I'll just log into the email. I think
you can also log into the email. Yeah, you're right. So he does have access to the email. Yeah.
I don't remember the passcode.
Okay, you can figure it
out. And it would probably send an email to your email to allow me to get in. And you'd be like, who is this?
Yeah, decline.
Yeah,
exactly. All right. Well, new episodes once a week. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. The show has ended. Be gone.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.